Good morning, y'all. I hope you are doing well wherever you are. I hope it is as nice and cool there as it is here in Michigan. It is supposed to be 70, the real feel of 53. Oh, yes, I like these temperatures. Now, for those of you that are new, my name is Tracy. This is Anarchy Land. I have two channels. Anarchy Land is asking the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Thinking through stories and seeing, well, the steaming stack of bullshit in front of us and going around it. Whereas Scratch Kitchen is relearning lost skills. There's like a whole generation or two that have no idea that you can can your own food at home. They don't really know what to do with their kitchen. It's that room that holds food, it heats it up, and otherwise it's McDonald's, we go. Scratch Kitchen is, I launched it last summer, July will be a year ago, to try and start relearning skills like making our own one-pot meal. Instead of buying a hamburger helper, have the meat and everything you need to replicate the taste that you like in these meals, like the lasagna, Betty Crocker lasagna. It's good. Okay, I can do the same thing at home with less preservatives, less additives. I always have this stuff. That's what an essential Scratch Kitchen is. You have your supplies on hand, and you can make anything. Nothing is out of your reach. Now, this video is going to be on both channels, because it's something that affects people on both sides. We are looking at a food shortage that's being engineered. It is being engineered on purpose. Because Henry Kissinger once said, if you control oil, you control a nation. But if you control food, you control everyone. Every person on earth. So, what are we getting into here? Oh, now, last fall we had a terrible harvest. I mean, it was horrible. The weather in the spring was absolutely insane. We'll get into that with Anarchy Land some other time. And this spring was no walk in the park either. There was a manufactured illness that got released. And then there was the crazy hype around it. You go in the emergency room having a heart attack. Oh well, you died from COVID-19. Hospital gets a 32 or whatever thousands of dollars they get per person that dies from COVID-19. Again, I've gone on into this with Anarchy Land. But how that affects our food is that it shut down plants all over the country. It shut them down. Farmers ranchers were told to cull their market-ready animals. But a few of them did, but a few of them didn't. There was a few that plowed under vegetables. What else were they going to do? And then they thought, you know what? No, we're not doing this. There was farmers out in Idaho that started just giving the harvest they had ready for the restaurants and schools to the community. There were farmers and ranchers just a couple weeks ago that, told the USDA where they could take that order and put it for future storage. And they started selling their herd, their livestock, to the general public. People like you and me were able to go, purchase ammo, or a group of people could go in, share the cost, and they got an equal share. Now, granted, there's only so much of an animal that can go around. But you got to look at them pre-slaughter and pay for them. Actually, I think you pay it at... Actually, I should scratch it and say you pay it post-slaughter price. Because that is where they figure in the cost of transporting and processing them. Now, let's move to the next issue that is related to this. There are over a third of Americans that will not be able to pay their rent or mortgage. Why? Their jobs were taken away. Thank you, Donald Trump. The small businesses, think about it. Who got to stay open? Big stores, the big donators. Your Walmart, your Meijer, your bigger restaurants were able to stay open and do a delivery service. There's a major income spike for Instacart, Shipt, Uber Eats, DoorDash. They've seen a spike. The company did. Now, I don't know if the employees did that were private contractors. I have no idea if they've seen a spike in their pay or not. I have no idea. But anyway, of all these small businesses, they're gone. They're not going to reopen. Because some of the billions of dollars that are supposed to go to them did not go to them. It was not going to go to them. It went to people like, well, Trump. He had to close his golf course in Florida down. And the other ones. So he got billions to recoup that loss. Not that he needed it, but he got it anyway. We've gotten to a scenario where it takes 3 part-time jobs to equal the pay of 1 full-time job. And even then, it barely gets a roof over your head. This is something that I don't know how much longer we can do this, or how much longer people are going to do it. The food is going to... Now, keep on the job thing. That differs from area to area. You know, some areas may have a booming industry where 1 full-time job per household can pay everything. And that's great. That's the way it should be. That's my opinion only, of course. But, the cost of food is going to go up. So that might not hold for very much longer. I actually have neighbors down the road from us. The lady, she works. The wife works. I guess she's more ambitious than the husband is. I don't know. But he's a stay-at-home dad. The kids are not in a child care. My cousin's granddaughter, the oldest one, her and her husband decided a couple years ago that it was more economical for him to work and her to be at home. Because when she was working, they had to pay child care. That was when they only had 1 child. Now they have 2. So yeah, it's definitely more economical for him to work and her to be home with the kids. Because they're not paying for child care. That is one of the biggest portions that people pay for in their pay. You got rent or mortgage. That's like, I think, 30% of your income. 20% of your income if you have children in daycare. And then you got your food. That's whatever you can afford. And Alicia is not brand specific. Neither is this other guy. He goes to Aldi's. They both do. But it's how they feed their family on a budget. So that 1 income can sustain them. Now, with that said, 70% of food, the cost of food, will go up. 70%. Yes, beef is high right now, but it's going to come down. Or so it's been predicted. And when it does, the other stuff, your staples like rice, beef. Rice and beans are a huge staple for us. If you're new here, my daughter's part Mexican. Rice, beans, chicken are huge parts of her diet. And she doesn't really care for beef, but she likes turkey and chicken. Whatever. That's just, everybody is going to be different, right? But your staples are the rice, the wheat, like quinoa, couscous, the ones that have protein in them, are plant protein. We're not going to go into all that. That's a whole other video. The fake meat thing is a whole other video. But these things are going to go up because they have more nutritional value. Also, we've seen countries that decide to keep the bulk of their goods like rice and wheat and other items for their own citizens. Well, they should, and they have to. If those of you who could have kids will understand this, a parent will trim their diet down to 1 meal a day so their kids have 3. Now, if you have more people who are half starved, on the verge of seeing cannibalism as an option, you realize how that's going to go over? We have, personally, I think the 70%, I think I gotta wonder about it. That's an optimistic number. Yeah, I'm starting to think that's an optimistic number. But actually, the more I think about it, the more I realize, yeah, it is. It's a super optimistic thing. Kind of like the economy's going to turn around in a month after being shut down pretty much for 2.5. No, it's going to go higher than 70. It's going higher, definitely. Like I was saying, I kind of got sidetracked. People who have kids that are hungry, we're not going to let our kids go hungry. And if we do, we're going to go stark raving mad. Eventually, you get used to only eating 1 meal a day. So your kids have 3. But once they are only getting 1 meal a day, that's where the rubber hits the road, Jack. We're not going to have that. Nobody, no parent worth their weight in gold is going to tolerate their children going hungry with only 1 meal a day, and with them going with 1 meal a day as well. We're not going to have it. If you think these little sniveling twits in Seattle are going off the rails, you wait till you got parents on 1 meal a day and kids that are running on 1 meal a day. You will see absolute insanity. Shit will go off the rails. It will fly off the handle, without a doubt. So, I'm going to leave you the articles which I based this video on. You got video on how Vietnam is reducing tariffs on the wheat and agriculture products to sell them, because when this COVID scam hit, everything came to a screeching halt. I mean, everything. That's why there's no bicycles at Walmart. There's no bicycles at Meijer. None. And I was just in bulk this week. Neither one of them. Well, we didn't really look at the ones in Walmart, because my daughter wanted one of those yoga ball things. Got her one of those, and we went to Meijer. We went all over Meijer. No bicycles. We didn't know. It's because they're not coming back from China. They're not being shipped over from there. I guess we'll just have to start going local. But anyway, the rest of these articles here. China is hoarding grains after cold kills wheat. They're keeping all their stuff, and should, like I said. I hope this is informative. And yes, I kind of rambled on. I do that sometimes. I'll see something, it's like, this doesn't sound right. Even though I just read it, it's like, no, no. Anyway, welcome to new subscribers. I hope you guys will kind of pull up a chair, put your feet up, and stick around.